気象警戒アラートが新潟県に発表されています。各地の明日の予報です。関東地方南部、晴れで時々曇って、ところにより昼過ぎから夜の初め頃、雨で雷。こ
ちらは NHK ワールド、ラジオ日本、NHK の国際放送です。次の短波での日本語放送は、日本時間の午前0時からです。午前0時からの日本語放送は、東南アジア向けの 11.815MHz です。繰り返します。午前0時からの日本語放送は、東南アジア向けの 11.815MHz です。こちらは NHK ワールド、ラジオ日本、NHK の国際放送です。AI のアナウンスでお伝えしました。
Hello and thanks for tuning in to NHK Newsline. I'm Yoshio Gasawara. We begin in the United States, where Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have faced off in a high-stakes televised debate. Over the course of 90 minutes, the presidential candidates sparred over key issues, including foreign policy and the U.S. economy.
I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. His plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit.
Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better. The candidates clashed over immigration. Trump made sweeping claims about the number of people crossing the U.S. border under Biden. They allowed criminals, many millions of criminals. They allowed terrorists. They allowed common street criminals. They allowed people to come in, drug dealers, to come into our country. And then now in the United States, in response, Harris criticized Trump for blocking a border bill earlier this year that she tells would have offered a solution.
That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill.
On the conflict in Gaza, Harris stressed the need for a ceasefire deal, while Trump suggested the war would not have happened under his watch. The U.S. election is just 8 weeks away, and with Harris and Trump tied in the latest polls, it's shaping up to be a close race. American pop star Taylor Swift weighed in with her thoughts following the Harris-Trump debate. She says she plans to vote Democrat. On Instagram, Swift called Harris a steady-handed, gifted leader. She says the vice president fights for rights and causes that need a warrior to champion them. Swift says she chose to be transparent about her voting plans after fake images spread on Trump's Truth Social platform appearing to suggest she endorsed him. The artist says it conjured fears of AI and the dangers of misinformation. Swift also appeared to take a shot at Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance. She signed her post, "Tabless Cat Lady," a phrase Vance used to describe Harris and others. Swift has significant influence among young people. On Instagram alone, she has more than 283 million followers. The governor of Nagasaki Prefecture and the mayor of Nagasaki City say local people hope there will be no appeal against a court ruling that more people should be certified as Hibakusha atomic bomb survivors. Governor Oishi Kengo and Mayor Suzuki Shiro made their remarks on Wednesday at the Health and Welfare Ministry. The ministry is in charge of officially recognizing Hibakusha.
We emphasize that the people of Nagasaki strongly hope that defendants will not appeal the ruling.
The case involved 44 plaintiffs who were within 12 kilometers of the hypercenter when the bomb went off on August 9th, 1945. But they were outside the government's designated zone for radiation exposure. Therefore, they were not recognized as hibakusha. As a result, they received only limited medical support. The Nagasaki District Court found that 15 of the plaintiffs should qualify as hibakusha, as they were in an area where so-called black rain fell. The rain contained radioactive substances. The court rejected the claims of the remaining 29 plaintiffs. It said that there was no evidence of radioactive materials where they lived. Senior ministry officials reportedly said that the government will accept the people's wishes and engage in talks with them. The ministry also plans to continue talks with the prefecture and the city and consider whether to appeal the court's ruling. It added it would explore further support for unrecognized atomic bomb survivors. A governor in western Japan is in hot water over allegations of power harassment and other misconduct. Saito Motohiko is facing calls to resign from all members of Hyogo Prefecture's assembly, but he's refusing to budge.
I am not a perfect person. I think there were many mistakes. But I would like to continue to do my best for the people of this prefecture.
Hyogo borders Osaka and Kyoto prefectures and is home to the major city of Kobe. Pressure has been building after a whistleblower within the prefectural government made allegations of abuse against Saito in March. That official was then reprimanded after the prefecture determined he'd made false accusations. The whistleblower was summoned for questioning by a special committee set up by the assembly, but was found dead of suspected suicide before he could appear. That was followed by a probe of prefectural staff, which found about half of respondents said they witnessed or heard of Saito engaging in alleged abuses of power. Those include yelling at employees or demanding gifts. Saito has admitted he's facing a challenging situation, but says he intends to serve his full mandate. He's expected to face more calls to step down Thursday. If he refuses, he could face a no-confidence motion next week. Law enforcement officials from around the world have gathered in Tokyo to discuss and share measures to fight fraud. Criminal scams have become increasingly sophisticated with the widespread use of social media. Investigators from about 20 countries and institutions attended the first ever global fraud meeting on Wednesday.
I am confident that we can overcome this challenge by joining hands and fighting against transnational organized crime.